Alberta's Progressive Conservative Caucus picked Deputy Premier Dave Hancock to serve as interim Premier this morning. Minister Hancock was there walking down the stairs with Premier Alison Redford on Wednesday night when she gave her resignation. He will serve as Premier in a caretaker role. David, can you give us a sense of who the candidates could be in the race for the permanent leadership of the party and as the permanent Premier of Alberta?
I think of the party insiders, the only person who might make any sense at all is Doug Horner, the finance minister. I think he still comes off as credible, as he's not tarnished by all this stuff that's happened under Redford, and it's a big problem with what's happened under Redford. He's seen by political leaders around the province as someone who keeps his word, an honest broker, so I think Horner has a chance, but I really think an outsider is going to be needed for this party to have any hope. So there are a couple outsiders to think about. There's Stephen Mandel in Edmonton. He got all kinds of things done as Edmonton's mayor. He is a longtime PC party member, a very dynamic person. He would appeal greatly, I think, to Edmonton and Calgary voters, as well as voters in the other cities, major cities around the province. There's Jim Dinning, the finance minister and the education minister in the Klein government, and had great policy in both departments. He is the architect of the great results that we had in education in the early 2000s. That was Jim Dinning. He was the finance minister one of the finance ministers during the Klein Revolution, did a good job with that. So I think Dinning, he is respected in Washington in business circles. He lost to Stelmach, but that was because they had this system where they had a runoff between the final three people. This time it's only the final two, so I think, and Dinning wasn't going to run, I don't think, if it was again the final three. So he might be attracted to it. Both he and Mandel are a little bit older, so that's against them. Mandel isn't that well known in Calgary, that might be against him. So I think these are the two people at this point who are the outsider frontrunners to come and challenge for this leadership role.
We'll talk more about what's next for Alberta's Progressive Conservative Party and provincial politics when we record the press gallery later this afternoon. That's Edmonton Journal's Politics podcast, which you can find on edmontonjournal.com and on iTunes.